Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for this one here, we are now on to our last part of the Sentinels of Stormreach chain. So we just talked to Gregor here, and he'll bestow our Tide's turn. Now in order to pick up this quest, you do need to complete all the pre-quests for this. So that would be Storm the Beaches, the Black Lock, and you got to pick up this quest and do this quest here, Bargain of Blood, which is all the way out in Searing Heights, which is off of the marketplace. Once you've completed and turned in all three of those quests, you will be able to pick up this fourth quest from Gregor. And yeah, let's just jump right into it.
As you enter, you are surprised to hear the clamor of battle and the cries of the wounded. The tower is being attacked from the inside.
Alright, so the very first thing we need to do here is once again talk to Gregor. And then it'll basically unlock the lever here. As soon as we pull this lever, we do have some enemies right there. Ooh, a caster. And a Famine Reaper. One thing though, if you are able to pull them back far enough, which I think the only one that you can do that with really is the caster. But these guards will fight them if they can be pulled far enough back. So with that Reaper, if he would have gotten far enough before we killed him, he would have been engaged by the rest of the soldiers there. Alright, so now that we've completed that little barricade, the next thing we have to do here is head to the top. Now as you see, there are a few more spawns as we're making our way up, both in front and actually behind us as well. A quick top up. So the ones that spawn up top, as you see, you saw where they spawned in. The other ones kind of spawn in over towards this door. So just so that you guys are aware of it. Once you've taken out both groups, the only thing left is to head all the way up to the top and listen to this guy's little speech. Just kind of does nothing there. But we do gotta wait, because once he's done his speech here, it will move all the soldiers here. And then we gotta talk to Gregor again. At which point he tells you he can't deactivate the shields from this end, but we can head around to get back up there. So to head around, you want to head to the bottom and proceed through the door. Now, down these paths, there are some optionals and also some traps. The traps are mostly located in these types of tunnels, but I'll point them out when we get to them. So as you see, we do have a split. Left is the direction we need to go, or south. If you head off to the right or north, once I kill off these guys, you'll come to a dead-end room. But this room, one, does have some breakables. Two, it can also actually have some an optional inside. Which we did not get, but we can break the statues in the sarcophagus there. As well as the few extra kills that you can obtain by going in that room. From there, obviously, we want to head south. Now, in our armory room here, they do have a secret door, which can only be opened once everything is dead. So once everything dies, you just come around the corner. Again, kill everything. And once they're all dead, you'll get DM narration there. And this soldier here will open up their door. From here, as soon as you enter, if you head left to the very wall, there's another lever here. And once pulled, we can return to the other room, which opens up our door.
A thick layer of dust covers the tunnel floor. Even worse than the choking dust is the stench wafting up from the pipes.
So a little bit further in and we come to this room. Now, the first thing I like to do when I enter this room is always hop down and just deal with the rats. So I'll toss a turret or whatever and just kill the rats. They don't become active until you go down, so you can't just shoot them from up top here. Once you've taken care of that, you want to head back up to the main platform that you started on and head off to the side here and up the ladder. Now be careful, as there are air jets that can come out of the pipe there, which would obviously throw you off, like so. It might also throw you to here, which is actually where you need to go. You want to come across. Now they do have two levers, one there, or valves, sorry, one over there, and then one down here. Now each one does a different thing. So this valve here will be one of two valves you need to pull in order to open up this gateway, which does have a ladder. So if you have somebody really not good at these jumps or just can't seem to get it in your party, they can wait at the gate here while you're going up and around. So you do need to go pull that one there. I'm just gonna hop up here. So with Featherfall, it is fairly easy to make. And then you just want to head up the ladder and pull the valve, which will open up that door. From here, you want to head back up to, well, where we just jumped from. So there's two ways to go about that. We can either hop down and go all the way up and around, or if you have enough jump and speed, you can actually just make that jump there. Once you can, I'm just gonna make my way up and in. Alright, so from here, now that we're in this one, we do have a bunch of enemies on the ground, which we can actually target this time without having to go down. There's some rats. Then we have the ooze. So again, I'm just going to take them out first. Alright, that one's there. And it won't let me target those yet. So there's a few ways around. If you have the jump, you can actually go from this one here all the way up to that corner. But I'm not having the jump. I could cast jump on myself, but I do want to go the long way here just to show you guys how to get up if you don't have that very high jump skill. So what you're going to want to do is hop down onto this platform. As you see, there is a ladder here as well. Make your way across the pipe. Jump here and across the pipe again. From here we have a ladder up. jump, and then this will be the second valve here to open up the gate. So at this point, they can make their way into this big room, but obviously we still need to pull that valve over there, but it's now a straight shot, just a little jump to get on the pipe. Once you pull that valve, it will have the ladder drop down, as well as make your way and open the door for you. Alright, in here, it does have an air jet pushing you back. Just jump across, there's not much to worry about there. A little bit in, as you see, you run into the rats. Just after this first group of rats, right behind the wall here, there's a valve which will shut off those air jets. So if you have anybody getting stuck or anything like that, it will turn them off there. And then just keep going in. We got a valve to open up the door. And again, as you can see, we got another group of rats. As soon as we open that door, and this will be the last group of rats in this section. So we just pull the valve, and we're done. So we do have some shrines right away for us if we need.
You find yourself in the grand office of House Beneath.
Nice little fireplace there. And then as soon as we open this door, we are going to have a small fight in the room. And a possible named enemy again. Which it also does not look like we have. Yeah, we did not get the named enemy again. Alright. So now through this door. So this hall here, with the scorch marks, this is where the traps start. Now it's not just these flame jets. They also have other traps in the middle. Generally speaking, what I like to do is I head and jump on the tables until we can find the control panel. Sometimes it'll be after, sometimes it is before, so just keep an eye out. The easy way is to just wait until this part of the trap goes off, kind of head in, and jump on the tables here. Grab the trap. Now the trap does turn off both the spiked blades and the flame jets, so you don't need to worry.
Blood-tide pirates roam the halls, searching for plunder.
And we can come on in. So from here we're gonna continue heading east. This one actually isn't trapped, despite it having like the heads here as well. And just follow the blood trail. What it is there's just a wounded guard inside, and a whole lot of breakables. So if you're going for that breakable bonus, just make sure you stop in this room. And I love that you break the one he's sitting on too, and he just still keeps sitting. And that's all you can do in that room. You can't actually heal them or anything like that. Alright. This one here, however, as you see our line's already going off, is trapped again. But unlike the first one, we will not be able to jump and stay safely on the tables. So I'm just going to do a quick search for the trap box. It does appear it's on the other side. So this one has a few blades in the center, as well as a few blades traps on the side. So we do have to go quick, and we still may get hit by one. So if you have a rogue or anybody evasive who can get traps, it is definitely worth sending them. As you see, a lot of traps, no real safe spot in this one here. Then of course, once you get the trap box, it turns everything off. Alright, from here, we pull the lever and we're back in the start area, but on the other side of the trap now. And all we need to do is pull off this lever, which
As the
will
magical
now
shield
turn
fires,
off
you
the
feel
trap
the
here,
unique
or
mercenaries
the
below
barrier.
cheer at your victory. There was no sign of Captain Q anywhere on the second floor.
Alright,
He must have
so
escaped higher into the tower.
one thing I'm going to stop and explain right here. In Epic, this quest here has a trap on the bridge. So if you're doing this quest on Epic, there will be a trap here. And the trap box is actually located right underneath the painting there. Ooh, not there. They're trying to... Right underneath the painting. It still wants to go break the... So right over... Oh, for crying out loud. Right over the painting over there. But because we're just on heroic, we don't have to deal with the trap. So the trap box again would be here. So you have to run a little ways through the trap in order to get in. Alright, so the next part, as you see, as we approach the door, it spawns in a small wave of enemies, usually about 4, though I don't know if that is guaranteed. I generally, as bad as it is, not paying too much attention to them, as it's just, you know, one human and a couple of kobolds. Kobolds usually drop pretty quick. Alright, so through the door here. So we just want to head through and up the ramp. Oh. Into this one. Now this one is again quite trapped. So we have these ones here that start. If you do go quick enough, you can make it in and onto the table before they complete their routine. And what I like to do is generally pull these guys, as these blade traps tear them apart, as you can see. Yeah, they took them out pretty quick. And again, the trap box might be on this side, it might be on that side. Just figure out where by, you know, searching once you get in. Again, generally speaking, I like to just rush into this one because these don't activate until you get in a little bit, and it starts from the far end working its way towards you. Alright, so I'm just going to give myself another top up here. Alright, so this part here, again, there are several paths here. The one we need to take is this one here to continue moving forward or east. However, both the north and the south path both have optionals. Now the optionals are fairly easy to do. As you can see, we have a couple of guys here. In this case, you don't actually want to shoot these ones. You want to walk up close enough so that they get your aggro. Because there's going to be a door right there. And anybody inside of that room, you don't actually want to pull. Because the objective is to actually trap them inside of the room. So I generally, when I'm walking, I look to see what side the room. And I'll head around this side here. And as you see, they do have a breakable in there, which we can get. But we want to make sure that we don't pull or kill anybody inside. I'm just going to grab the breakable. And we want to continue heading south. So as they said, we can stop to kill them, or we can lock them inside. So the optional is to lock them inside. If you go in to kill them, it doesn't give you the count there for the optional. Another thing to point out is you can actually get named enemies inside these rooms here as well. So sometimes, if you're lucky, you get two. One, the named enemy, and once everybody's dead, you can pull the lever and then get the optional there as well.
Materializes, sealing the pirates in with their ill-gotten loot.
Yeah, so there we are. It sealed them in. If we were to, you know, meander into the room, there's just two little kind of doorways there, three doorways, and there'll be some enemies inside. Nothing too major, but, well, enemies. Alright, so here's our second one. Just pull them a little way from the door. And again, it's kind of set up the exact same here. Just gonna shoot in, grab those breakables. Continue to the door, and again, you can have an optional in here, which again we did not get. But we had no luck on those optionals. And then again, pulled the lever, closes, and gets that one there. So it's a fairly easy, as you see, just over 500 experience, so a fairly easy 1000 bonus experience, just for a quick little, you know, off to the side bit here. Once you're done, continue the path, so it is the one between the shrines there, or continuing to head east. And you want to head up and through the door.
To the very top of the tower. This must be the path. The tower's exterior teems with pirates, screaming for your blood.
Alright, so you do want to make your way around. There will be a path that actually lets you head upwards. And that will be located in the kind of in the central spire. I myself like to make my way all the way around the bottom layer first, just to make sure I do have all the kills that I can get. And this will also avoid any unwanted aggro once you get to that second floor as well. Alright, so there we are. So we're just going to head around, and as you can see on our little mini map here, the doorway to head up is on the western side, just a little south of that little bend there. So again, I make my way south just to clear all the enemies here first.
A doorway leads into the tower's uppermost chamber.
And then once I'm done to the north here, we have this little section. Now this one I like, is kind of fun. So there's the enemy's ship. And what we can actually do is pull this lever here to summon a fire elemental. And a little lore is the giant elemental ring, which we can't actually see right now. It is built by elementals for like to sustain the elementals, which is what gives it its flight. So the fire elemental sees his friends and he runs over there and he kind of sets fire to the ship. Now, I haven't actually watched this bit in a while. I guess they changed it to get rid of some of the lag there. You used to be able to, one, see the elemental ring, and two, you would actually see the fire elemental setting fire to the ship. It would explode and disappear, at which time this guy here would spawn in, And we can just follow him towards the south here and head into this room. Now this is the final fight. There are just a couple of enemies inside here as well, but it's mostly just the boss fight. So the first part, as you can see, you enter in and there's this long hall and two doors. Now each door is closed by a set of levers. I personally like to open up both sides. That way I'm never getting caught like stuck in a corner kind of thing. I have a way out and around. So now that I've got those open, the next thing I do is I'll take out the trash. So once we get a little bit in, as you see, they kind of spawned in, and I will take out the trash. Mostly then it's just one thing to deal with. We won't have to deal with multiple enemies, it's just the one. Alright, so now that that's done, as you see, we still don't quite have Ransack yet. It is actually located behind these doors here. So what I'm going to do is, this boss has two phases. So you can actually weaken him. If you are solo, obviously it would be hard to pull these levers. Now, you can kill him, and while he's doing a little speech, it turns out the rat on his shoulder isn't a rat, but an ogre mage. So while he's doing his speech, you can, you know, sneak your way inside and break the barrels. There we go. So once he takes his final form, as he calls it, he's going to also spawn in two water elementals on either side here. So let's just weaken him a bit and see if he'll spawn those in. There they go. So you can choose to kill them first or after. Normally speaking, as an ogre mage, he'll, you know, go to his invisibility invulnerable stage, and then that's when you would fight the water elementals. This guy, however, chose not to go to that stage for whatever reason, and we did have to kill those water elementals after, which made it so that we didn't get our any further than the aggression there. But anyway, once you complete, you got 3 lovely chests, one of each color, and you can get some named loot in these. Actually, you can get them in all 3 of these chests, so it does give you 3 chances. Midnight's Greeting, which actually is not a bad little cookie. And a second Midnight's Greeting. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, because it's technically 3 chances, even if you do get named loot, it can pull the same name loot. I've actually gotten the same one. At one point, I've got the same one in all 3 of them. So it is a possibility, generally not likely, because it does have a decent sized, you know, loot table. But it just randomly chooses which one from the loot table to pull, so unfortunately that does mean sometimes it'll randomly choose the same ones. Once we're done here, of course, we can go ahead and turn in. And then we have a second turn in here if you've completed all of the others at Taggart. And he's actually going to give a list of a decent amount of these named items as well. He'll also give you some of the named items, such as the Pathfinder's boots and the Protector's gloves. These are ones that you normally get from Korthos. So it actually gives you a second chance to earn some of those Korthos set items, Arcane and Archivists, as well as, again, some newer ones, such as the Bracers here, which weren't in Korthos, the Breath, the Winter's Wrath. An easy way to tell which one comes from which area, if you just don't remember, the ones from Korthos do not have a minimum level. The ones from this chain specifically will have a minimum level of 5. So even the little wand here is minimum level 5. And again, it's just an extra chance to get some named loot. There are a few more pieces of the named loot, like there's some armor that you can get, and docent, which I think we had the chance to loot one. So there's a few more named items, and of course the rest of the Korthos sets that you can't get from there. But that has been the Sentinels of Stormreach chain. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.